Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the latest Cryptids and Monsters Encounters video. I thought I would mix another one of these in here while I'm continuing to wrap up your Cryptids and Monsters suggestions. This one having to do with a really creepy encounter. The more you think about it, actually, the more creepier it becomes because of the situation involving what this thing was mimicking. It made me realize that this thing, whatever it was absolutely doing it on purpose. It knew exactly the best thing to mimic, and in other words, it created a very dreadful feeling for the user, which you'll see more here in just a moment. But it comes from the reddit.com website, one from the subreddit called Cryptids, a user called onlyfigs278. They titled theirs as "I saw my dog in the woods while on a walk with my dog." Definitely a very catchy title, instantly caught my attention. So I'm going to showcase that encounter here, give my own thoughts and opinions, and I'd love to hear what yours are as well. So here's what they stated. "So I'm new here and was wondering if anyone could tell me what this might have been. I'm honestly terrified and might never go outside at night again. I was walking my dog, a black and white pitty retriever mix, outside before putting him to bed around 11 p.m. It's very dark as there is a lot of wooded areas around my apartment complex. I usually walk him about half a mile or so outside of the complex, at least to a stop sign and light post at the end of the street, which borders on the woods. Usually there is nothing out of the ordinary, just woods and the normal animals like squirrels and the occasional deer. Sometimes there's that weird heavy feeling like someone is watching you intently, but I mostly ignore it, and we cut our walk short and then headed home since a brief scan of the area shows nothing is there. Tonight, there was that heavy watched feeling again, but when I scanned the woods, there was something there. A dog with glowing yellow eyes that looked exactly like my dog, down to the heart-shaped white spot on his chest, standing just past the tree line, staring directly at us. It looked like it could be his twin, but there was just something off about it that invoked that feeling of run. My dog definitely saw it too and was whining and staring at it hard. Usually my dog is reactive to other large dogs, but he seemed more scared than anything else and wanted to get away, which is very abnormal behavior for him. After seeing it, I fought that run feeling and then walked quickly but casually back into the gated area and home without looking back, but listening very hard for anything coming behind or to the sides of us. Instinctively, it felt like the safe thing to do. I don't know why. It seemed like it didn't follow, but who knows? I do know that I will be skipping nighttime walks for a while. That's for sure. Any ideas on what might have been? Google was not much help. We live in North Georgia at the base of the Appalachians, but I didn't grow up here, so I'm not sure of local folklore for the most part. Appreciate you reading this, and sorry if the format is weird. I'm on mobile." Then that's it. That's everything that the user onlyfigs278 stated in their encounter. So let's go ahead and let's talk about that here. First off, it's creepy, right? Here you have a situation where you're walking your dog. It's supposed to be like a lighthearted, very warm situation, just having basic fun with your dog out there. And then all of a sudden you see the same exact dog staring at you from further away, down, as the user described, to the heart-shaped white spot on their chest. This really creeped me out because the idea is, whatever this thing was, and by the way, let me ask you now, what do you think it was actually? What kind of cryptid was this? I can't think of anything that basically mimics things down to the look, down to the exact look of whatever it is mimicking. And you would think that something like this would have to be able to shapeshift size as well, because if it was originally a larger creature, now it would have to be the size of this black and white pitty retriever mix, which would be smaller than anything else out there. But yeah, I keep scratching my head. What kind of cryptid is this? But nothing comes to mind. I don't recall anything that is a shapeshifter to that exact time. I mean, obviously, like Wendigos stand out and skinwalkers stand out as well, but I don't recall them actually being able to go different sizes as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But yeah, it got me thinking how creepy this was, because this thing knew exactly what to mimic In other words, the dog, which was probably his best friend right there, and it did so in a manner where it knew that it was going to be out there in the woods in the exact area that this guy was walking his dog, so that way it would see it and vice versa. It wasn't, in other words, by pure accident. Not the location it was found, nor the way it mimicked the dog. And then, of course, those glowing yellow eyes are just a whole other thing. This creature absolutely knew what it was doing to the T, and that just made that person just hit that like that awful feeling. Creepy stuff. I would definitely have that run feeling too, and walk back over to the apartment complex. As he stated, he went right back to the gated area, not looking back, but keeping keen attention to whatever was basically behind them to see if something was going to run up right to him, but it never did. And to me, that almost made it even scarier because you don't know what's going to happen next. Did this thing follow him? Did it do it invisibly? Did it stay in that area and is still watching him? It's almost like a cliffhanger that you want a resolution for, but you don't have one in this case. So he's going to have that dreaded feeling behind him. Basically going forward, as he said, he doesn't want to go outside ever again. Finally, too, there was a location of sorts given within this entry. In this case, he stated it was North Georgia at the base of the Appalachians. So not exactly something in terms of an actual city or maybe down to the street, but somewhere close enough. So let me know, what is there in the Appalachian area? What is there in terms of a cryptid that can shapeshift, especially North Georgia? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are with regards to that too. I wish that the user did have a follow-up. Sometimes the Reddit users do have those listed here, but I couldn't find anything for it. So maybe, who knows, if he does, I'll post another entry too to see if he had any other encounters. But let me know what you guys think. What kind of cryptid is this? All right, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care. Bye.